I was born on the corner where Kirkut, a Jewish cemetery, and Brudno Cemetery met. The street where I was born was appropriately named Cmentarna, Cemetery Street. I guess the name also points toward my future location. Sorry for the cemetery humor digression. My brother Jacek also was born there in 1957. We lived in a tiny house where water in a kettle would freeze overnight in winter. It had no running water, toilet, or central heating. On the 14th of January 1958, we moved into a brand new studio apartment on the highest floor of the building on Szymanowskiego 5A in the middle of winter. My brother Jacek had just turned 4 months old, and I was not quite 5 years old. My mother asked her older brother Alfred to help her with the move. He drove his 2-horse-drawn wagon from his village to Warsaw. It was quite an effort because it took him a day to make the 60-kilometer trip. Uncle Alfred and my father provided the labor required to move the furniture to the wagon and then up the 5-story staircase from the wagon. Alfred left for his village soon after the move. Again, it was a day-long trip. In retrospect, I appreciate his effort to help my mother. The 5-story house, or as they say in Poland, the ground floor plus 4 stories, was laid brick by brick using traditional technologies. It was also special because my father and his friend, and at the same time a co-worker, installed water, sewer, and gas pipes in the whole building. They also installed sinks, toilets, bathtubs, and water-filled heating radiators. The studio apartment was tiny, 18 square meters, about 193 square feet. A single-room home with a bathroom and a 4-burner gas range in the entryway next to the built-in closet. When we moved in, my father converted the entryway's wardrobe into the kitchen cupboard where dishes, cups, pots, utensils, and dry or canned kitchen goods were stored. The apartment was much smaller than the house on Cmentarna, but it had central heating, running water, and a toilet. It was a fantastic improvement. We lived there for 13 years until the 26th of August, 1971. Soon after moving to Szymanowskiego 5A, my father invited his mother, Anna Jeziorek, to stay with us. He may have done it because Jacek and I needed adult supervision when my parents were working. Perhaps my father wanted to take care of his mother. My father's mother didn't last long in our tiny apartment. About a month after her arrival, my grandmother left for her home in Zagreb. I went to daycare in the same building, and Jacek started going to a nursery next door. When I look today at the apartment layout and size, it feels tiny. But during the 13 and a half years I lived there, everything felt great and just right. Tininess didn't bother me at that time. Many members of our extended family lived nearby. Two of my mother's first cousins, one of them was my godmother, lived within a 10-minute walk. My maternal grandmother's younger sister lived within a 20-minute walk. And my father's younger brother, Czesław, lived within a 20-minute tram ride. Also, the facilities that I needed to grow up were close. My elementary school was less than 5 minutes away. Getting to a public library, my favorite place to get books, required a 10-minute walk. The farthest was my high school, where I needed to walk for 25 minutes. Szymanowskiego 5A felt comfortable because everything and everybody I needed in my life was there. And most of all, parental love and support for Jacek and me were never ending.